Welcome to Centinela de Cristo.
Blessing. This is Pastor Luis Luciano from Oklahoma. Sunday, August the 3rd. Go and worship the Lord. On the night of Passover, divine judgment fell on those not covered by the blood. Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 through 12. No one escaped because of position, education, social status, or gender. Punishment shook all families, from Pharaoh to slaves, and even the firstborn of the animals. The pride of Egypt was in the dust. Read Exodus chapter 12, verses 31 to 36. What strange bequests does Pharaoh make, and why, even as he gives permission for them all to leave? How interesting that Pharaoh, in telling the Hebrews to go and worship, adds this request, and bless me also. And bless me also? Why would he? The king of Egypt, a god on earth among his people, asks that. It sounds as if he's finally catching on to the power of the Hebrew God and would like to benefit from it. However, how can God bless him while he is steeped in rebellion, stubbornness, sin, and pride? Sure, he finally gave his consent, but it wasn't out of submission to the will of Yahweh. It was instead out of defeat. He wasn't repentant, as his later actions will reveal. He simply wanted to stop the devastation that was destroying his kingdom. Pharaoh was humiliated, and given the tragic circumstances from the worst plague of all, he gives permission for Israel to leave Egypt. When he refused again all previous times, and no matter the suffering his actions brought upon his nation, he now permits. And the Egyptian people, understandably, are eager for the Hebrews to go as well. As they said, please leave, or else we shall all be dead. God, meanwhile, made provisions so that the Israelites did not leave Egypt empty-handed, but with things they would need for what, in the end, would turn out to be a much longer sojourn than anticipated. The Egyptians gave the Jews these precious articles, only to hurry the people out of the country. But the items were wages long denied the Israelites for centuries of slave labor. Surely for the Egyptians, the price of getting the Hebrews out of their land was cheap enough. How often have we repented of actions only because of their consequences and not because those acts were themselves wrong? Why is that not true repentance? How can we learn to be sorry for the sins that, in a sense, we get away with, at least in the short term?